All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Good evening. Looks like we're live. We are live. We're live. three times the charm. Here we go. We're looking at Delta, and we're gonna do a quick little tropical update tonight. I tried to keep these about 30 minutes long. We do a little bit longer in the morning session. We have a lot more data in the morning that we can look at from overnight. But there has been some changes today. Obviously, most of you are watching this unfold, but in about a period of 34 hours, this thing went from 30 miles an hour to 145 miles an hour. This sucker has strengthened rapidly, and it continues to maintain intensity. And the hurricane hunters are out there right now. Unfortunately, it's heading right towards the Yucatan tonight. Overnight landfall somewhere around Cozumel, Cancun, in that proximity. Pretty bad. Category 4, maybe more. NHC is predicting 155. So we got to worry about that in the short term. We got a lot of storm chasers out there right now, actually. So if you want to stay up all night, you'll see some action, I'm sure. So let's say hey to some folks real quick. Tony, you got a cool shirt. All right, you got the Greek shirt. So I got the original. Look at that. Never dreamed we'd be going through Wilford. I don't even remember half these names. Wilford, Vicky, Teddy, Sally, Renee, Paulette, Omar. That seems like forever ago. But now we're into the fourth name, Delta. Crazy. Tony in Alabama, what's up? Glenn from Baton Rouge, what's up? LSU country, looks like it's going more north. Well, it's going to wobble and wiggle a little bit. Some of the latest spaghetti models have it going a little bit north of the NHC track, just a little bit. We'll get these little wobbles. The general motion is it's definitely still on pace with our high pressure over Florida, keeping this thing pretty locked solid going northwest in the short term. So everybody, Dale, what's up, Dale? The Rays are on. Yep. Oh my goodness, Katie, you got family down there. That's Playa del Carmen. Yep. Thank you, Alyssa. Appreciate that. Appreciate you being fans. I have to deal with a bunch of noise here for a few seconds. No dogs tonight. I'm sorry. Dogs are morning only. All right. So no, this is. We can zoom this out. All right. So this is Tropical Tidbits. He's got some great high resolution satellite on his site, tropicaltidbits.com. This is some incredible high resolution, low resolution or higher resolution products that he's got, and this is it. Right here you can see the Yucatan. There's Cozumel right here. So we're not far from starting to get some bands rolling in with landfall expected overnight. So it's gonna be a rough night for those folks. Unfortunately, just think. I was reading that they are evacuating hotels. Frantically, because yesterday this thing was only barely anything we're talking about, tropical stormish. Now we're talking category 4, 145. So think about what those people are going through right now. Last 24 hours having to evacuate at the last second because this thing blew up. It blew up, and it's still blowing up. So the official track here from the NHC is been very, very consistent. This is the latest 5 o'clock track advisory, and it goes around that high pressure system in the Atlantic, it is over the Atlantic. Very, 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 very consistent motion. That's been rock solid. I know we got a lot of folks in the Panhandle. We got a lot of folks, in the Upper Gulf worried about a last-minute change. But I'm telling you, we noticed earlier today we had some west trends, and the NHC has adjusted their track a little bit to the west. The Euro and the CMC were outliers today. Everybody else was here. So the NHC at 5 o'clock did adjust their track a little bit to the west. So as far as a direct landfall, obviously we're not even in the cone anymore. However, that does not mean you won't get effects. Then I'll have to show you why here in a minute. But as far as the big M goes, we got M all the way through the Yucatan, all the way around to possible landfall, and that's something new that we were talking a lot about. The big news was cooler waters, and a lot of news was writing it off, saying that this thing wasn't going to be anything. But reality is this thing's going to be 130 miles an hour officially here, and it doesn't take much to weaken. It's going to be 125 here. This is the last official marker, so it's going to be moving at a really good clip here between Friday and Saturday. So it's not going to weaken much. That's what we talked about this morning. It's not going to weaken much. It's not going to weaken fast. So chances of 110, 15, it's hard to tell. This is where I've always been a little, I wish the NHC would give us a wind estimate here, because if you look at the wind estimate here, it's obviously over land, and it's going to obviously be less than it is here. But so the big question mark is, what is it going to be here? And it does appear we're going to be higher than our normal 100 that we've been hovering around 100. Now it looks like we're going to be a little higher, possibly major hurricane. So that's not good, and it's really close to where Laura made it landfall just a few short weeks ago. All right, so here we go. Sarah, want to say Mike? Say hi, everybody. There's a girl. There's Sarah. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. You look sad. Why are you sad? You don't want to go to bed?
Oh, yeah.
She wants to hang out with me. I say bye, everybody. Show me your shirt. What do you got?
Miller Lite?
Somebody. Somebody gave it to her. All right, so go to bed. Love you. See you in the morning. All right. Hey, what's up, Leonard? You've been told to stand down. Hey, what's up, Daniel Klein? How's it going, softball? So I guess the feeling I'm getting is a lot of anxiety. The anxiety isn't as high as it was with Laura and Sally. I think it's because it's the end of the year. I don't think people really are. We're in this hurricane hangover, but we're talking about a possible 110, 15 mile an hour hurricane, and that could produce some serious damage. I mean, the NHC is already talking about damaging hurricane, and the system is growing, and I'm about to show you that. I did a couple posts here today showing that. So, I got the site updated. We got the NHC map up showing the rain. Again, the rainfall is not a huge storyline like we've seen in the past. NHC's site is slow. 6 to 10, but we're not seeing that crazy purple colors that we've seen in the past. So no Barney colors, but we'll still see isolated 6 to 10 inches. That's been the norm here the last few days. Wherever this thing comes ashore, we could have some rain trains coming up, so there could be isolated pockets of rain, depending on if we get these rain trains rolling in. But overall, 6 to 10. So it's more of a surge event and wind event. So here's the deal. Here's what this looks like. All right. So we have leftover energy from gamma hanging out here. And some of the thinking is that this energy might get pulled up around as our system moves off to the north. Well, that's not a very good drawing. Let's do the drawing correct. Some of this energy might get sucked back into it. What that would do, it's going to help aid our system in the growing size. The only positive right now with Category 4 Delta is it's got a very narrow wind field. The hurricane force winds only go out 30 miles. That's we've seen hurricanes in the past 70, 80, 90, 100, 150 miles. So the only good news is, if there is any good news, is at this point for the Yucatan, the hurricane winds only extend out 30 miles. So hopefully maybe it'll hit a more remote area. But what's going to happen here in the Gulf, I showed earlier, the system is going to expand in size, partly due to some of this energy left over from gamma, it appears. So our system is definitely going to be expanding. And just consider that like Louis size and Hunter size. So that's what we got. What that means is this. The reason the NHC is stressing that, here, let's look at the latest spaghetti models here, by the way. The 00Z isn't out yet, another hour. But the NHC is stressing what I've been stressing a lot, and this is something we learned with Sally, is the eastern side particularly will have action, surge, winds, storms. So just because you're not in this cone, we're going to see effects far from center. And that's because our system is going to be getting bigger. And what that's going to do, man, we can have a Category 4 hurricane. Even though we possibly could see some weakening, we're going to see a lot of water pushed along with this. It's going to be moving at a pretty good clip, and it's going to be pushing a lot of water. So surge could be pretty high. They don't have any surge warnings or watches out right now. Maybe tomorrow. But the surge can definitely be the storyline along a big chunk here of the Gulf. That's because our system's going to grow in size, and it's going to be a Category 4 maybe storm over the Gulf before it weakens a little bit, and that's going to be pushing a lot of water and far-reaching effects from the center line. So, and let me show you that what I posted here earlier, the picture of the size comparison. We saw that this morning when we were doing our live, but this is the latest HWRF on Tropical Tidbits. Okay, same parameters, same scale ratio here. This is a current look at what we got with Delta, and this is on approach to the upper Gulf Coast. So huge difference in size. And we saw that this morning on the GFS. We saw how it got bigger. So this is definitely, and the NHC is talking about this at 5 o'clock. The NHC is saying because of the overall size growing in the Gulf, we're going to have definitely increased surge for the upper Gulf Coast. No matter what happens as far as official weakening, if there is such a thing as weakening. Even Levi tonight said, don't get caught up on 130, 140 mile an hour system and you hear the word weakening, because it's going to weaken maybe to 110, 115, 120. The cooler shelf waters left behind by all of our last few systems will help prevent any sort of last second rapid intensification and a little bit of shear from an approaching front that's going to pick it up and move it on off to the northeast. But, again, we're talking about a potential 110, 15, 20 mile an hour hurricane heading up for landfall. And timing still late Friday into early Saturday morning. So let's look at some models. Models have been pretty consistent still. Middle Louisiana, this high pressure they're examining a lot. The high pressure is remaining strong. Over Florida, the Euro and the CMC are your farthest west models. And the NHC did adjust their track a little bit at 5 o'clock and went a little bit to the west. But we're still smack dab middle Louisiana. But it's interesting to note, a lot of the European ensembles, the European operational, the CMC, and quite a few of the GFS ensembles are still a little bit west of center. So we could still see another little adjustment to the west, possibly. Maybe at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is the next advisors from the NHC. So as far as that goes, let's look at some individual models real quick. We got the 18Zs just come out. We'll go back to Tropical Tidbits. So we got the high resolution models. These come out every 6 hours. So we'll go to Tropical Tidbits for these. So the latest HWRF 18Z predicting landfall somewhere just north of Cozumel this evening. The early daylight out and early darkness hours, not daylight hours. So we're looking at an overnight landfall on the HWRF. And this is what the HWRF does. We get a little bit more strengthening, 949, 42, 43, 41, 38. and it does not weaken very much at all. So, Audrey, no, I'm fairly confident on this track. We saw extreme agreements with models yesterday, and we're still seeing that. The only thing we're seeing is a little bit ticks to the west. So there's nothing making me believe this thing's going to go anywhere else, like towards Florida. I mean, I don't see it. You live and die by the models, and we're seeing extremely confident steering patterns with the high pressure. We're seeing a lot of models agreeing. I mean, we're talking, most models are not far apart. I mean, and they're all focused on Louisiana. All of them have pretty much honed in on Louisiana. So they're the ones that should be watching close. But that's what we watch, man. So anyway, 945 is pretty hefty. The H-Wharf was showing reduced intensification, weakening. That's fancy word for weakening, but it's not now. So that's just something we got to note. H-Wharf 18Z. This would be almost midnight landfall. And 945, pretty nasty. The H-Mon, let's take a look at it for our Yucatan friends. So we got the H-Mon to look at, almost exactly the same as far as the Gulf Coast goes. So the H-Mon almost in the same exact spot, just a little bit north of Cozumel. Unfortunately, that puts the rough stuff north of Cozumel into Cancun. And the H-Mon strengthens our system. 943, 942, and just that same trend, middle of Louisiana. 945, very low, so we're not seeing much weakening. A little bit, 939 to 945 is not much weakening. So, again, don't get caught up on the news saying we're going to see weakening because of cooler waters. We're going to see a little bit of weakening. But if this thing's a 930 hurricane in the middle Gulf, it's going to be bad, even if it weakens 20 miles an hour. And then the latest GFS, almost exactly the same as far as, it's finally caught up to the intensity of the others, 958, and it pretty much keeps it on pace all the way up to landfall. So GFS actually doesn't do any weakening, and it's middle Louisiana. So there's 3 models in middle Louisiana, all right? That's pretty high confidence. CMC has been trending a tick to the west of these others, and there it goes again. That was 12Z. They haven't run 18Z yet. They only run 12Z. So there's the CMC. There's the Texas state line. Definitely the outlier, but still Louisiana. Latest Euro. Let's take a look at that. We got an 18Z Euro just came out. We can take a look at that. But I mean, it's real deal. It's real, guys. I mean, there's very, we haven't seen spaghetti models this tightly clustered this season, this far out. So you gotta live and die by the models as far as the spaghetti models go when they're that clustered. As far as reality, that this thing does appear to be heading towards Louisiana. All right, so here's the latest European. And it's still right there. Still to the west a little bit. Not much weakening with the latest Euro. 949 to about 953, 960 landfall. But the interesting note, man, we're, CMC and so again, if you want to talk trends, there's no trends of the east. There's no trends of the east. We have trends ticking to the west, and with the European and the CMC, getting awfully close to Texas-Louisiana line, We're starting to see it. We're seeing, this right here. There they are, right there. This is the CMC and CMC and Euro and everybody else. So more than likely, the NHC is going to adjust a little bit more tick to the west, I bet. And what that means here, as far as the Gulf goes, there are signs that we have a little bit, more warmer water to work with a little bit tick to the west before that turn. Water's plenty warm enough to strengthen and maintain intensity. So it's pretty solid, pretty rock solid. And I had this model up I was looking at before we went live, but a lot of people asking about the high pressure, but this verifies our high, very strong high pressure system. And eventually this moves out, and it's going to allow our system to basically, our high pressure is going to do this, and our system is going to be able to turn around it as an approaching front comes in. So our high pressure is sliding to the east, and right now it's blocking, obviously, everybody here. But that's pretty confident. So there's a lot of confidence. The only thing that was not confidence that I was really going out, people want me to go out on limbs, and I do a lot. I was basically saying yesterday, this thing is going to grow, and weakening is not going to make a difference because it's going to be, strong. If it's strong as weak, that was where I was getting frustrated with everybody talking about this thing's going to weaken. It's going to weaken. It's going to, I pretty much, and again, I'm telling you what, this thing's getting bigger. We saw it this morning. We're going to see, effects in the panhandle for sure. Now, we're not seeing a direct landfall, but we're going to see a wider system. And let me show you that. You can see this thing grow. And the NHC talked about it at 5 o'clock. They said the overall size is going to increase. And we're going to see larger effects now to the east and with surge as our system increases in size. And that's partly due to there's an eye wall replacement likely coming or maybe happening now. Anytime the system goes to an eye wall replacement, it grows in size. It's a normal, we haven't really had a long track hurricane to track this year because most of these have formed in the last 3 or 4 days. We haven't had one really go through an eye wall replacement yet. So this will be the first system of the year that actually we see over several days. And usually systems that go through eye wall replacements grow in overall size. But this is the basic look at the GFS. It's kind of hard to tell maybe where you're at, but there's just a little bit of color, and then boom. I mean, it definitely grows in size, and all the models are showing that. So it's going to double. A couple other models we can look at that really show what it might look like in the middle of the Gulf. These H-Wharf is a good one here. We can look at, let's see, I guess we'll just look at IR. Where's your nighttime? This is either. All right, so here we go. This is the, all right, so this is where we're at now. See if we get, kind of hard to tell there, but that's 6 hours from now. But anyway, here is, a good look at what we could be looking at Thursday morning, 2 days from now. Larger system, and there's another good look. So there's that. So this is Friday morning on the H-Wharf. Look, I mean, we got possibility of infrared satellite. I mean, this isn't necessarily the rough stuff, but we'll be seeing rain bands making their way in. That's why you can't focus on the exact track. The little bit of shear coming in is going to blow some of this off to the east, and we're going to see tornadoes, water spouts. We're going to see quite a few warnings guaranteed. It always happens. Simulated radar, you can see it. These bands are going to start rolling in, and when they do, let's just, for example, let's just say this is Friday evening. Things are going to start going down quick Friday evening. So here's these bands setting up out here in the Gulf. These are going to be rough, and when they make a shore, they're going to be rough. They're going to be, we're going to see tornadoes wrapping in over land, and that'll be going into Friday night. So we'll likely have tornado watches beginning Friday evening, I would assume, and more than likely last. We'll have tornado, watches up, and then on Saturday, we'll likely have them extend over here, maybe even here, because as our system pulls north, we're going to start to see this, and this satellite cuts out, but you can get the idea that we're going to see this energy coming up throughout the day. This is overnight, Friday night into Saturday morning, so all that's the same. It's going to be a bigger, wider system, a little bit farther reaching. So there's that. Hope that made sense. Who's that? Somebody's asked me a question. Angie. Well, the hurricane force winds now are 30 miles wide. If this thing doubles, triples in size, we'll see hurricane force winds, 60, 90 miles wide. Overall size now is about 300, 350. We can see this thing expand to 500, 600. So it is going to grow. It's going to be a big system. And we could have a Category 3 hurricane still approaching the Gulf Coast. So, not good. My phone. Oh, so all right. So Emily just said, "Yeah," and then my phone just went off. Okay. So they're watching the Rays, and I'm talking with her. Hey, Holly, it's a Category 4 right now. Category 4 right now. It is expected to go to 155 tonight before landfall into the Yucatan. But even right now, it's 145. Serious hurricane. Category 4. I see the questions, during the day. Is this thing really doing what it's doing? Yeah, it's really doing what it's doing. I mean, I've learned a lot over the years following steering currents, and a lot, and I believe it. We see that high pressure system, and the Euros is predicting a little bit stronger high pressure system, and that was something we talked about last night. So the Euro just didn't start doing that. It was showing that last night too, and sometimes my buddy Dennis Phillips said that sometimes the Euro has a better handle on upper air patterns than most. So we'll see if the NHC adjusts their track. So here is Friday morning. You can see the oranges are just basic high pressure. The high pressure is starting to weaken here a little bit. You can see the main high starting to get a little weakness here, but leading up to it, it's just we got a strong high pressure system over Florida, and you can see it here on the water vapor loop right now currently. Some of this looked like it was ingested into the system earlier today, but now it's got moisture back again. But this is high pressure spinning. The spin of high pressure systems actually help our systems move. The clockwise flow of high pressure actually helps accelerate our system, and that's what we're seeing right now. They ride that, and then, like I said, this high pressure is going to roll on out of here. We're going to have an opening over the weekend, and it's going to shoot off. So again, no Harvey type rain setup. It's going to be rain, going to be some flooding, but it's more of a surge. If I had to rate the seriousness level, it'd probably be surge, wind, rain. Lots of wondering on the overall size of the system being a 3-4 out in the Gulf, pushing that water in. That's what happened with Sandy. Remember Sandy weekend before landfall? I think, down to a 1 maybe. And the surge that came with it because of the size of Sandy. So this is kind of unfolding here as far as, two things. The overall size and the surge, and the fact that it's not going to slow down on approach. The winds that many talked about. So anyway, hey Dylan Hubbard, what's up, buddy? I'm heading to your joint soon, man. Run from the water, hide from the wind, Melissa. Yeah. Angie, you were in Sandy. Yes, we were doing this during Sandy. When was Sandy? 2012. I was on the Drew Garabo show today, and I said 2012. I hope then I was like, man, hopefully I was right. Yes, Hurricane Sandy. And I think it was a 1 when it made landfall. Maybe. I think it was a 1 when it made landfall. Oh, that's the whole season. I don't know. You guys tell me. Sandy Brown. That's a cool name. Kit Kat. That's an even cooler name. Now I'm hungry. Thank you, Laura Lee Sparks. That's even a cool name. Tonight is cool name night. A lot of y'all were in New York. How is that possible? Out of our little Tuesday night groupie session, all you guys were in Sandy. Billy, listen. So we will have rains. Check this out, Florida. We were talking about this on the Drew Garabo show today too. So we will have rain in Florida. The rain chances in Florida on Sunday. As the tail, we always talk about the tails. As the tail of Sandy pulls on out of here, we're actually going to see some weather, not storms or anything, but so here's Sunday, and you can see. Did I say Sandy? Delta. Listen, everything blends in. The tail of Delta. Oh God, there's my car warranty. Eastlake High. You think that's a Corona case? We get a call a night. So anyway, here is not Sandy or whatever I called it. This is Delta, and we're gonna see the tail come up. Moisture. That would be. This is. Come on. This is Sunday, and I'm the last person on the planet that has a home phone. What the heck, man? Does the answer machine pick up?
Oh.
Jeez, I'm just hanging up. Let's see. Panama City's watching. Yeah, well, you guys, you're probably going to get an isolated rain band, if anything. I mean, the line of the heavy stuff, obviously to the west is not going to be very far. It's going to be the east because we're going to have shear. We're going to have this approaching front that's going to pick it up. So we're going to have a sheared system at the end, and that's going to push a lot of the energy towards the east side. And just by looking at the cone, you can see that. The NHC is expecting this to, curve. And, we still got, the chances this thing could curve, like that. But, again, as our system's here, it's going to be pulling in, stuff. And that's what's going to happen. So, yeah, you'll get a straight band Saturday in Panama City. I live on the web with Mike Louis Hunter. Florida weather on Saturday. I think it's going to be decent. It's going to suck most of the moisture out of here. That's where. Let's just finish off what I was looking at. One of these clicks. Click. Let's see that one. All right, because we were talking about the southeast. So here's your rain. So Saturday, the system pulls most of the moisture outside of Florida. This is Saturday noontime-ish. So Saturday noontime-ish. God, I hate when I do that. Ugh. I hate these slider bars. Slider bars suck. All right, we got to go up and over. So this is Saturday evening. All right, and look, we can see these rain bands. So Saturday evening, we can still have some lingering rains. Nothing really here in Florida to worry about. Most of it's going to get sucked up out of here. That's light stuff, but so that we got a hefty little band Saturday morning, afternoon, but by Sunday, look at that. Sunday, most everything's out of here by Sunday, and then Sunday here in Florida, increased moisture. A lot of that's just tailing up to leftover Delta, and I keep saying Sandy. Do I say Sandy again? Shauna, you are in Cozumel. It looks like it's turning northeast. No, it's not. It's heading, unfortunately, it's close to you guys. It's not, you might be seeing a little wiggle. Oh my God, there's a face. Oh Lord, every storm's got it. There it is. Big headed, but no, it's definitely on track here to go just north of Cozumel. That seems like the most likely, the latest 18Z models. And unfortunately, it's 145 mile an hour right now. The only good news is the wind field is 30 miles wide. And the lightning calmed down a little bit. But no, you need to prepare. This is heading right towards you guys in Cancun. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Pressure's maintaining 961. It went back up a little bit. Could be going through an eyewall replacement cycle. Let's see what. No, we'll see. Anyways, all right. Lake Charles. Oh my God, Kyle. Yep, you are. There's Katie. What's up, Katie? Dolphin Island. Listen, I mean, direct landfall, no, but we're gonna have outer bands. It's gonna be a wide system, and definitely gonna be chances for stormy weather coming in off of the Gulf Saturday for you guys. Guaranteed. Big wide system. Big wide system. Lots of. Let's say the track does bump to the west a little bit overnight, but again, surge can likely extend all the way, maybe even to the Florida Panhandle. I would not be shocked at all. And again, we're going to see, as this thing makes its little curve here, we're going to see these storm clouds, squalls coming in off of the Gulf, and then we're going to see them continue inland with dry air. So, this whole region could expect to see tornadoes, or at least tornado watches, Friday night into Saturday. And then Sunday, it should be actually blue sky. So yeah, this coastal surge map, I do have a link up for our Sierra site somewhere. Let's see the microwave imagery. Sometimes you can see, I don't know if this is the latest one. Is this the latest one? Let's see, 48 hours. You sometimes see the eyewall replacement begin just cut out on me a little bit. All right, so we were going to look at the storm surge. Oh, I have it way down here. Storm surge potential. So here's the Sierra map, and if you want a general idea what you could possibly see, and based on current wind speeds, there you go. We're starting to see it. It's pretty heavy duty stuff. Morgan City, all these areas will be inundated, possibly. So, it's 120, 115, 120 mile an hour winds, possibly landfall. That's sustained. We can gust. So the surge map is definitely starting to paint that picture of areas that are prone to flood, and what you might expect. And some of these do extend over into New Orleans a little bit, but we've seen a little bit of track adjustment to the west. So now we got it's pretty big numbers popping up. So anyway, that map's live. It updates with the new track. What you guys might get. But the NHC will start issuing watches and warnings soon on surge. Tomorrow they mentioned they might start doing watches and warnings. All right, so anyway, I mean, what do we know? Like, we know we everything that we guessed has come true. I mean, hey, Jeff Eatley, that was the Sierra map, which is a it's not experimental. It's based on government data, but anyway, it's right here. I have two links for it. One of them is below the hurricane hunters, storm surge potential. And I have another one down here that's the Sierra coastal surge map. Same guy right here. So that's always live. I always have this on the page. But the only thing that we were saying that we didn't know was this whole weakening thing. Now they're all saying the same thing, that even though it might weaken a little bit, we're still looking at a potential maybe major hurricane making landfall. That's and we're seeing modeling suggests that this is going to expand in size, increasing the surge values and expanding the eastern side as far as who gets more out of the system to the east. So the width of Delta, Shelly, yeah, it's about 350 right now. I assume. I haven't really checked it in a while. Let's check it out. How wide is Delta? We're checking girth. Technically, girth is width. All right. So somebody is going to post a picture that looks like a face, because now we're starting to look like a face. But anyway, here's the measuring tool. So it's 341, 350, 330, 350. So I'd say 350. As far as the core, 350 right there. So that's 350. I'd say 350, give or take a few. Now, what this might do in the Gulf is become 600. It's going to double in size. All right, so Ashley, yeah, I believe it's going to an eye wall replacement. Yes, pressure's up a little bit. Usually that indicates that it's bound to. We always say you don't want to peak at the wrong time. And what we've seen with Laura, we saw with Michael, we saw with other systems, they peaked and then they never had a chance to weaken a little bit. So hopefully for the Yucatan at least, it'll weaken a little bit before landfall if it's going through an eye wall replacement. NHC is saying it's going to be 155 miles per hour. And then it's going to get bigger in the Gulf. And a lot of the models are showing it to lower pressures even more here in the Gulf. We have some, decent ocean heat content this side of the red line, and it's going to come over here and absorb some of that before it treks off to the northeast. So, just looking at simple models like the GFS, the GFS initializes it at 978, which is wrong. But look what it does. Even at 978, it lowers it to 966, 64, 60, 58, 58, 59, 65. So even the GFS is saying no matter what it is right now, it's saying 978. It lowers it down to 958, 20 millibars in the middle Gulf. And then it creeps up a little bit. Even the latest Euro picked up on a drop. See, even the Euro is initializing wrong. It initialized at 989. It shows a 981 making landfall tonight, which is high. But watch what it does. It goes to 974, 959. So, both the GFS and the Euro are showing a deepening pressure. So again, what we were talking about before, whatever it is, here and here, ultimately, even with some weakening, it's not going to make much of a difference. So that's things we got to worry about. But as far as tracks go, I mean, look, this is some pretty solid consistency. Even the GFS ensembles are very locked in. We can look at those on Weather Nerds here. GFS ensembles are very locked in to middle western Louisiana. That's good consensus. The Euro is the only one that's a little bit more to the west, with only a couple outliers into Texas. But so again, if I was to guess, which way we're gonna see another track change to the west a little bit, just a little bit. I really think I think we will. And what that means is it's going to have more time over this hotter water. We get a little bit more ocean heat content here, which it's going to be able to enjoy before it turns. So that's why the models are showing an increase in intensity. So all the Mets out there that said there's no way this can be a major hurricane, the Gulf is closed, the Gulf is cold, the Gulf is closed for the season, guess what? They're going to have to eat crow. Hey, Greg Hogan, pinned comment there. The width of the winds right now are only 30 miles. So I keep saying the only good news that we got right now with our system is that it's not very wide. You can see those in the public advisory. But the winds only go out 30 miles. That's crazy. Hurricane winds extend 30 miles. Car warranty. That number called me earlier. What is it? That's the Daytona number. The problem is this time of year, everything is political ads, even on cell phones. Robocaller warning. I always Google the number. First one that popped up. Robocaller warning. So anyways, what's cooking? Let me read some. Yes, they mentioned. Now listen. All right, so this, I showed this earlier. I feel good about it. I want to show it again just because I feel good about it. But again, I mean, I don't. We were talking about this September 25th. Okay, that was 12 days ago that we were talking about historic hotspot. Remember, the season's not over. Frontal weakness, enhanced MJO, general lowering pressures, super duper hot waters. Everything's played out, right? So I was on the Drew Garabo show today. I said, well, we showed. I mean, there's always been that chance. There really shouldn't have been any two surprises like where this came from. I just got an update from Shelly. Yankees 1-1. But we do. I'm proud of that. I feel like we've done good. I feel like I was harping big time about this thing weakening after 120, 30 mile an hour. It really wouldn't matter. Well, now now everybody's saying it. So, I get a lot of people think that I don't go out on limbs anymore, but maybe I used to go out on limbs just to go out on limbs, but I'm not gonna make a silly statement just to make a silly statement to like, oh, I think it's gonna curve into Tampa. Well, if I don't believe in it, I'm not gonna say it, But I think this one we pretty much said, hey, it's gonna be something. That's why I went camping. I knew Monday we're gonna be doing this tracking, man, because any wave that enters, that area, it was prone, and a lot of it began with that MJO. We talked about MJO pulse weeks ago, and it's proven. It's well, we're past the stage now, but now we have one more coming the end of October, which isn't good. So we have another one coming October, Halloween. But But anyway, all right. So listen, our initial thoughts. We have a ton of fans down in Cancun. I was blown away today how many people actually posted from Cancun, Cozumel, that whole area. Is it Playa de Carmen? I need to learn that one. I looked it up today. Look at this. I was actually looking at things because I was curious. Playa de Carmen's population is 149,000 people. So look at this. I meant to post this earlier today and I didn't do it. I should have. I feel bad. But let's go back to the cone just to look at the three big cities that are going to be affected possibly tonight. And you forget that we focus so much on the U.S. We have a lot of fans down that way that are dealing with this right now. But so Playa del Carmen has got 149,000, right? Cozumel has 100,000, which I find odd, and even 100,000. I think they rounded. But this was a tricky one. This is the one I couldn't believe. Cancun. Look at this. 628,000 people live in Cancun. I was shocked. That's a lot of people. So there's a lot of people right now down that way preparing for a Category 4 hurricane. And I know there's a lot of people frantic right now because it kind of came as a surprise, I'm sure. And they don't even have any radar down there. All their radar sites are down. Like all of them. I thought it was me, but my buddy Mike Clay posted that earlier. That all the Mexico radars are down, which sucks. All right, what else we got cooking? So we'll be live in the morning. There you go, 9:44. Charles didn't even know. That's even more people. See, that was a 2010 census, so that was a long time ago. Tourists too. You're right, tourists. Didn't think about that. That's his residents, and that was 2010. You're right. So yeah, you got 300,000 more tourists, and I heard all the tourists were evacuated to other areas. So I'm telling you, it's got to be a nightmare down there. Playa Beach. Oh, Playa del Carmen's Beach. I just say Carmen's Beach. All right, Tennessee impact, Tennessee Valley, Dwight. You just got rains. Just rains Saturday into Sunday. Here's the rain map. This is through Monday morning, but you can kind of follow the rain map here. So we got day 1, day 2, day 3. This is Friday into Saturday, and then here's Saturday into Sunday, and so maybe what the heck was that? 3 to 1.
Zanino.
Who?
Tell Shelley we only like to hear when the Rays score. We don't care about the Yankees.
There you go. Gary, New Orleans, you're on the outer edge, man. I think it's trending west. As far as squalls go, storms, tornadoes, possibly yes. That's just normal, afternoon rough stuff. Canadian effects? No, I don't think so. So here's your rains for Tennessee Valley, more Sunday into Monday. This is Saturday into Sunday. So Sunday, pretty nice day. We're going to have some increased rain across the Florida Peninsula because we're going to have this action pulling up. So anyway, hey Jenny Lynn, thank you. All right, so anything else? Tell them ruins. Never even heard of them. Let me do my history lesson. Where are the Tuolumne ruins? Where are they? Ooh, look at that. The Mayan Port City ruins. Well, let's hope not. I don't know. They've made it that long. That's beautiful. Let's hope not. All right. So, Lao, this is interesting. So Gamma is no longer. Gamma is not officially anything other than a clump of clouds, but the overall energy of Gamma is actually working its way into. I gotta close the windows here. Window closing time. Closing time. All right. So this action here is kind of going to get sucked up around Delta. I space out, man. I forget all these names. Delta. And that is going to help increase the overall size. So, what we're seeing here, we're going to see bigger here. And that's partly due to a little bit of gamma. It's going to get absorbed. Some of the models picked up on that really quick. Actually, remember we were talking about that? The CMC and the UK were showing these two absorbing and actually had a little bit more Western component than everybody else. Well, that's kind of indeed what's happening. This little bit here. And you can see it on the... Well, I'm running out of time. I can go crazy. Tammy, yes, chat's behind, but you got it. All right. So, hey, listen, before we go, as we got a few people left, listen, I don't know if you saw my last post, but, we got a lot of supporters on the page, and I get freaked out. We just saw Hubbard's Marina down at Johns Pass. So I always said I wanted to have a generator company because I love generators. My family loves generators. They love air conditioning. But so the big dogs with Firm Power Equipment reached out. They're like, we want to be your generator. Well, look what they're doing. They're giving away 2 generators. All you got to do is enter their little raffle thing. I think you can enter like 3 times. Now, I don't even know if you can enter a few times. I didn't get all the details on that. I didn't enter yet, but you can enter more than once. And it's incredible because look, this generator, 3,600 watts, and it's electric start, gas inverter, means it's super duper quiet. It's got wheels on it. It's awesome, and they're going to give away 2 of them. They're calling it a go-go. You get one, you give one. And so they're going to put all the names in a hat, and they're going to pull the winner. And you get 2 generators, one for your buddy and one for you. So if you win one, you can give one to your wife. Just make sure if you get a prenup, you get it back. So big thanks to Furman Power Equipment. We're going to do some fun stuff with them because everybody needs power. Hopefully not the rest of the season, but heck, even in the wintertime, you need power, man, with ice storms and whatnot. So anyway, make sure you do that. All you do is click on the little raffle thing here, and it'll take you to a page where you enter. Free, man. Free. So anyway, thanks, guys. All right. So we'll be back in the morning for sure. I'm going to watch the Rays win now. Yankees had a grand slam last night. So looking at the MJO, the end of October. Oh, my goodness. Sandy was the end of October. Can't say. Look at these. Oh, my God. Now, did these get clustered? Now, have we ever seen. These just came out. These are the 00000Zs. Whoa. Like, incredible consistency here. These 00Z models just came out. And there's freaking Julie sneezing crap all over the house.
Every time.
She's allergic to me.
I'm allergic to your lives.
But anyways, these just this man, I'm stuttering like a fool tonight. Slow down a little bit. Look at here's what I had for lunch, man. Look at that. I had a salad. I forgot to put it away. But look at that. Look at the model consistency. Holy cow, man. For 5 days out, that's well, not 5 days. It's technically Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 days. But that's a pretty serious consistency. These just came out. The only difference being this the Levi doesn't have the Euro on his. The Euro's here. I don't think the CMC is on here yet, is it? Does CMC have 18? I don't know. Does CMC run 18Z? I can't ever remember. No. So I don't know why the CMC is not on there. But anyway, that's some pretty, just keep in mind the Euro's still a little bit to the west. But again, I don't know what this little blue line is doing, but We're not going to see a track change to the east at 11 o'clock. No. If anything, we're going to see a tick to the west. A tick. And what we might see at 11 is going to be this. Because right now, I hate these maps. They don't really tell you what's going on from 2 p.m. Friday to landfall. They have this at 125, but they don't tell you what that is right there. So now the M might actually move a little closer to the coast. So we'll see. 11 o'clock. We'll have a new advisory at 11 o'clock. So you guys are awesome. Hey, Megan, you rock. You get an extra something for being a Rays fan. Pam, that all those lines are going over your house? Not good, girl. You need to, unless, you know, hopefully, Dylan Hubbard, what's up, man? Coastal Mississippi, well, you're definitely gonna get some surge, probably surge warnings. Coastal Mississippi, I would almost bet money we're gonna see maybe surge warnings extend that far over, and we're gonna see definitely rain bands and squall lines beginning late Friday into Saturday. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Gail. What's up, Gail? Hey, Gail, look at that. I thanked you one day, but Gail sent me some whitening toothpaste because I drink too much coffee. But she also wrote me a very nice letter, and it's going into my stack of letters that I have. Oh, crap, and I just lost 3 of them. 4 of them, 5 of them. So look, so we got dogs and cards and stuff, and look at this. Man, look at this. I think this is all this season. Look at all this stuff. Look at this. Look at this. It's like all these are handwritten letters, man, for people. Look at that. People still write letters. Crazy. Look at that. Awesome, huh? Nice letters. I mean, people, I love you guys, man. You take time to write letters and cards. I feel so guilty. Oh, what is this? These are stickers. Oh, yeah, look at this. Crap. I was looking for these things. So we had a captain of a ship, the Sea Clef, sent me, Emily, some shirts. And
She loves them.
she loves them. But I knew you had stickers, and I thanked you one day. I hope you caught me. Well, look at this one. What was this thing? Rosemary. The watercolor artist. So anyway, you guys rock. I'm cleaning up my mess now. So every day's an adventure. All right, you guys rock. So listen, thanks for everything. We're gonna go eat some food now, and we're gonna be ready for the morning because we got a lot to watch. So pretty definite. We're gonna see a major hurricane into somewhere near Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Cozumel, a little north of Cozumel. But then we're going to focus on the upper Gulf because we could be having a major hurricane potentially impacting overnight hours, Friday night. Again, the threats would be surge, in my opinion, number 1, wind number 2, rain number 3. So there you go. All right, we'll see y'all in the morning. Bye.